Welcome back, and after learning all of our material on addition and subtraction of fractions with unlike denominators, now we need to learn how to take those mixed numbers that we're creating in our addition and subtraction of unlike denominators and turn them back into improper fractions, because in order for us to be able to learn how to multiply fractions, we need to learn how to take a mixed number and turn it back into an actual fraction that we can multiply with a numerator and denominator. So looking at this first one, make sure you write down the title, Converting Mixed to Improper. 2 3/4. Now we want to change 2 3/4 back into a fraction, which we would call an improper fraction, because our numerator is going to be larger than our denominator. So in order to do this first, we have to follow 3 specific steps. Step 1, we need to multiply our whole by our denominator. So that would be 2 times 4, as you can see here. Okay, we would multiply the whole by the denominator. Now the reason for that is because the denominator represents how many pieces are in a whole, and so therefore 2 is our whole number, and however many pieces are in a whole, if we multiply them together, that's how many total pieces are in the whole so far, 8 pieces. So 2 times 4 is 8. Then the next thing we do, second step, is to add the numerator to the product, because that's how many pieces we have left in the leftover that don't make the whole yet. So that's 3 pieces left that we have to add in. So that's 8 plus 3 makes 11. So therefore, you would display it like this, like a check mark. So every single time you make these mixed numbers into improper fractions, you need to follow the check mark, in which you go from the whole down to the denominator and then up to the numerator, meaning multiply the whole by the denominator, add the numerator. And so therefore, you then take that and put it back over the original denominator, which is 4. So that means our denominator is always going to stay the same. So 11/4 would be our improper fraction that actually represents 2 3/4. So in essence, it's the same deal as making the equivalent fractions, except this time we're taking a mixed number and turning it into the improper fraction that it once was or could actually be at the same time. So make sure you follow these 3 steps every single time, because now we're going to do it together. Every single one of these pages is going to be a note page. All right, so now do this with me. So first, we do the whole number times the denominator, part of the check mark of fractions. So we do 3 times 2, and that 3 times 2 gives us 6. And then we do plus 1. So 3 times 2 is 6 plus 1. So now we need to write plus 1, and that gives us a total of 7, and we put that back over the original denominator over 2. So 7/2 is the same thing as the improper fraction for 3 1/2. Okay, now you're going to do this one on your own, and I will give you the answer to it. So make sure you accomplish this first on your own, and then I'm going to just show you the answer to it. So the answer you should have come up with is, first you should have done 4 times 7 as a part of the check, and then add 5, which you should have gotten a total of 33/7 as the improper fraction, 2 4 5/7. Now, another one on your own, okay? Except these 2 have to be done on your own completely. I'm not going to show you the answers. You have to do them completely on your own on a separate sheet of paper, in which you're going to hand into us the next day. All right? Happy multiplying and adding with mixed numbers.